If Democrats could get behind Nancy Pelosi and her infamous Obamacare remark, "We've got to pass the bill so we can find out what's in it," then certainly Republicans can get behind the move to defund Obamacare so we can find out what really happens. Welcome to this edition of Liberty News TV. I'm Norvell Rose. Predictions abound. Forecasters are having a field day. Pundits speculate, politicos prognosticate. But in fact, we don't know what's really going to happen if the House does vote to defund Obamacare. And it's looking more and more likely the House will pass a continuing funding measure to keep the government open while pulling the plug on the president's health care takeover scheme, just days before it's supposed to kick into high gear. What seemed to be a distant daydream only a few weeks ago now appears to be imminent. A floor vote in the House to fund the federal government while denying more money to keep Obamacare moving forward. Now, sure, you've probably heard some smart folks say you can't defund Obamacare for some reason, while other smart folks say, sure you can. So, sounds like Congress needs to pass this funding measure so we can find out what really happens. Will the government really shut down? Will the Senate bend and find some way to keep the government open while delaying Obamacare? Will the president blink because of his weakened political muscle? And what about the public's continued disapproval of the health care law and the near-daily flood of bad news on the ill effects of this Obamastine monster as it ravages the land? Will all that influence the votes on Capitol Hill? The critical House vote will likely occur on Friday, and it appears the majority, with the reluctant consent of Speaker Boehner, will in fact pass the budget measure with the defund provision. So we can see what's in it. GOP elites like Karl Rove are all worked up, arguing that if the government does shut down, the GOP will take a licking in next year's midterm elections. Lefty pundits and Washington watchers, they're all worked up too, thinking that if the government shuts down, the Democrats can spank those nasty Republicans all the way to legislative victory in 2014. But today's political, economic, judicial, and social climate is a far cry from what it was the last time the government lights went out, back in 1995, when Newt Gingrich was Speaker and Bill Clinton was President. Plus, the dynamics of that budget battle, far different than today's environment. And there was no Tea Party then. No Tea Party pressure, no Tea Party influence. So, looks like we'd better approve the budget measure to find out what's in store. This is, after all, political war over a highly unpopular law imposed upon an America in perilous times. And in a war, when such a resounding shot is fired, a shot heard round the Capitol, even round the country, when that happens in war, all forecasts fall into obscurity. All bets are off. That is Liberty News TV for today. I'm Norvell Rose. As always, thanks for joining us, and we do hope to see you right back here next time.